Let me see if anybody's gonna come. It is 4 minutes to 9, almost 9 o'clock, and I'm just so frustrated. Not really so frustrated, just a little frustrated and a little aggravated with all these victims, these people with these victim mentality and the woe is me. Oh my God, I'm just so sick of it. And I just, oh, I don't know. I need to check myself where my sympathy, my empathy, being empathetic towards people. I am just so worn out with these woe is me. Oh my God, I'm just tired of it. People put themselves in situations, and then when the heat get too hot, they want to play the victim. Grown ass people, 30, 40, 50-year old people. If you cannot stand it, don't get in it. Don't stand in the line of fire. I am so over people. I am so really over people. And it's only so much that I can tolerate. That I can tolerate. So I say, you know what? If that's how you feel, Maritha, then maybe you need to stop listening to certain things. You may need to stop listening, listening to certain people because they irks my nerves. They really irk my nerves. And I guess I don't want to say, well, I'm at that age. I have always had a low tolerance for bull crap. I have always had a low tolerance for people who always try to play on people's emotions. I have always had a low tolerance for people who try to play people. I really can't stand that. And in my spirit, I try to check myself. Not try to check myself, but I check myself to see, is it me? Am I that mean? Am I that unsympathetic? Am I that uncaring? Am I that person that I have been called to be like, people would say, you so mean, you know, they say meanness. I don't see it as meanness. I see it as being direct, and everybody got an opinion about everything. And when you express your opinion on the things that you are being opinionated about, then they have a problem and an issue with you having an opinion, having your own opinion. That's what opinions are. Everybody have one, and everybody opinion is not the same. And my opinion seems not to be the same opinion as a lot of people. And there's certain things that I cannot tolerate, and there's certain things that I will not tolerate. And I'm not afraid to speak my opinion if it even if it goes against the grain. I don't care. I wasn't born with anybody. I was born by myself. Nobody pushed me out. I came out by myself. My mama did a couple of and poop, there I came. but no one came behind me and no one came before me. And I am so glad that I was born in the family that I was born in, because as a child growing up, I was always allowed to have my own opinion. My voice was never silenced. As long as I was respectful, I I was always able to use my voice. And I'm so glad I grew up like that. I never grew I never cared I'm an only child. I never cared about having a lot of friends, because at an early age I saw a lot of having a lot of friends meant a lot of friction. There was always something going on. So my cousins were my friends. And I would have one or two people that I can call friends. And my two bestest friends, they're not here now. And I'm very skeptical of people, and new people are always suspect, and old people that I know are always suspect, because now there's always seem like in a everybody got a motive, some kind of motive behind what they say and what they do. And then when they do things and people jump on them and they want to play that victim, I don't know. I guess I'm just hard. I'm just too hard. I'm too rough around the edges. I just don't know. I am not a very sympathetic person. I'm just not built that way. I, you know, I can be sympathetic and I can be empathetic. But when you cause a problem, when you throw a rock and try to hide it, when you done got caught, now you want to play the victim. I just can't get down with that. I just can't get down with it. So tonight, I have been thinking about all day I have been thinking about a lot of things, you know, um, and tonight I had to put some things into perspective. And the world is big enough for it. My great grandmother used to say all the time, the world is big enough for everybody to be any kind of way that you want to be. However you want to be, the world is big enough for you to be that way. You know, if you want to be a bull crapper, there's people that's out there. Your tribe is out there. Everybody got a tribe. Everyone has a tribe. And you just have to find your tribe. And if you're a person who like to talk big and bad and won't bust a grape if you step on it, your tribe is out there too. Your tribe is out there too. And if you that person that like to play victim, has a victim mentality, you have a tribe out there as well. Everybody has a tribe. And I wish I could be one of those people that, you know, like my mom and my grandmother was such a sweet person. And I am trying to see the good in everybody and everything, because God said everything that He made was good. And He reiterated it again. He said, everything I made is good and very good. And I be trying to see it. Lord knows I be trying to see it. And so I was listening, I was watching The View this morning, and they had a segment on about the CEO of United Health being unalived, and how people were not um, how people were applauding the young man that arrived, the C the CEO of that insurance company. And Sarah said something and it struck me and it stuck with me. And she said, people are applauding this young man and they're not being sympathetic. They're not being empathetic to the fact that this Christmas, uh, uh, um, the children won't see their father. The wife won't see her husband. A family member is not going to be there. And if you okay with this, you may need to check yourself. You may need to talk to someone. You may need to talk to your pastor. And I said to myself, maybe I do need to talk to my pastor because I'm not very empathetic. Nor am I I just don't feel like you supposed to feel by somebody being unalive, somebody's son, somebody's husband, somebody's father, somebody's friend. And I'm not numb to it because I'm not used to it. I'm not used to that. However, it's like I'm not applauding it either. It's just like I don't care. Hi, Ebony Eyes. Oh my. Good evening to you as well. I'm not I'm not applauding it either, but I have no feelings about it one way or the other. You deny health care, you deny an operation, you deny a procedure, and tens of thousands of people are dying at your say so. So I may need to check myself and why I'm not empathetic. Why do I get frustrated at people that's always trying to be, always playing that victim role. I cannot stand people like that. Men, women, and especially women. I cannot stand women who's always playing that victim role, who put themselves there, that put themselves there. And tonight I was watching something that just turned my stomach. I couldn't even watch it anymore. And it's a lot going on in the real world. There's a lot going on in the reality world. There's a lot going on in the YouTube world, and it's just crazy. And I just don't want my heart to be hardened. And I know when my heart gets hardened, I'm not a very nice person. I'm a very harsh person. I can say harsh things, and I want to say that's not me. However, that is, that has been me, that could be me, and that just might be me again. So there is some soul searching that I have to do. There's some meditation and, reading the scriptures and getting back in tune and to hear God's voice, um, to let me know this too shall pass. I have no I have no I don't like to say patience. I don't like using that word patience. I use tolerance. I have no tolerance for low vibrational people. And when I look at some people and I just oh, seem like I just want to just shake them. And because they are presenting themselves, not presenting their real self. And I have never been, as a child, if I can remember, as a teenager, as a young adult, I have never been the go along to get along type of person. I have never been that type of person. And I have always been the type of person, if you show me that you don't want to be bothered with me, I oblige you and I back away and leave you alone. I won't talk to you. I won't even acknowledge you. I would delete you. I would erase you. I'll call it a day because that's what you want. And whatever you want, it's okay with me. I have always been that type of person. I'm not a very friendly person. I'm a nice person, but I'm not a friendly person. I don't go out of my way to be friends with anybody. I don't, I don't make friends easy because I don't try to be friendly with everybody. People that I am friends with, I am friends with. I don't look for new friends. I don't put out fielders for new friends. I talk to everybody and I can get along with everybody. I can get along with anybody, but I ain't trying to be friends with everybody. I can take it or leave it. You know, I can sit down and have a conversation with anybody about pretty much anything. However, what I don't do is melt myself and pour myself on anybody. And because I don't care enough about what a person think or what a person say. I don't spend that much time thinking about what people think about me. And I don't spend no time worrying about or thinking about what a person say about me because that's their issue. That is not mine. That's not mine. And people that I love everyone, but I don't like everyone's ways. So if I don't care for your ways, I remove myself from a situation. I remove myself from what I don't like. And if I don't like it, I don't have to be around it. I don't have to hear it. I don't have to participate in it. And even in doing that, sometimes people still be upset with you. They be upset when you have your own opinion. They get upset when you don't. If I just sit and be quiet, well, what's wrong? Why you not talking? There's nothing to talk about. What is it that you want to talk about? You're not talking about anything that I want to join in and have a conversation about. So, um, I'm just being quiet till you talk about something that I want to talk, something that's interesting to me. And that's a problem for some people. That's a problem for some people. I'm not a very opinionated person. However, I do have an opinion, and that I speak on. I speak only what I know, and what I think I keep to myself until I know. So I don't think and talk. I don't say what I think. I don't talk like that. I say what I know at the moment because I think about what I say before I speak it. You know, I live with loyalty. Hi. I'm just sprouting off, y'all. I'm just having a little moment, outside. It's cold outside. It's in the 40s here tonight. And I'm just laying here was watching something on TV and something just came across my thoughts. And I was in the YouTube streets for a minute, but I just got out because it wasn't anything really on that was interesting to me. Um there's a lot going on in the YouTube world, but none of it is really interesting to me. So trying to find something. I'm watching what is it? Sister to Sister, whatever that is. BET Sisters. I don't know. So I might just go over to Netflix and see what Netflix have on. Yeah, Tyler Perry's Sisters. I don't really watch too much of anything that Tyler Perry have. So yeah, I might go on over to the Netflix and see what the Netflix got going on. But yeah, I was just, in deep thought and just not really talking about anything. I don't know if you can see the thing, if I'm trying to learn YouTube and learn how to bring people up so I can hear what's going on in their world, how things going on. So I'm learning. I'm still learning. I'm not really computer savvy, nor am I computer literate. And I can say that about myself. You know, I like to put things out there myself instead of having other people put them out there. It just seems so fitting when you do it yourself and don't have other people doing it. I'm not really talking about too much. Sound like I'm mumbling anyway, but I was just saying how I am so over people having the victim mentality. They throw rocks and then you catch them, with their hand going up to throw the rocks, and then they want to have that victim mentality and do things, and they want people to surround them, and they want to. I'm not. I just can't stand people like that. They just get on my nerves. They just get on my nerves. I guess I'm just at that age. Not a lot of things get on my nerves, but what do get on my nerves get on my nerves. Exactly. I can't stand that. I really cannot stand that. And I'm going to just say it. I was trying to watch Mental Mondays with Destiny, and I really couldn't watch that because I feel a certain way about what happened last Saturday. On the last episode, I feel some type of way about the argument that Martell and Marceau had. I feel a type of way about that, and I feel like Martell shouldn't have brought Tisha into it. But then I listened to Carlos Messy Monday, and what Tisha said, I feel some type of way about that as well. However, I feel some type of way about the conversation between Martell and Marceau because I feel like Destiny put herself in the line of fire when she shouldn't have. I understand the concept of what she was trying to do. However, if everybody was going to speak on or what was bothering them, how they felt about what was going on in the group, or, who they had a difference with. I feel like that person should have been able to speak on it themselves. I don't feel like she should have instigated, should have inserted herself in. You just be the moderator. Give everybody a chance to speak on whatever it was that they wanted to speak on. I feel like she just should have, start. If she knows what kind of friend that she have and Martell. She know Martell is a hothead. She know Martell would go off. His tolerance is like from zero. His understanding is like from zero to none. He has no understanding, and she knows that about her friend. I feel like he should have been the last person that she had to ask that. But then she should have spoken for Martell. She should have allowed Martell to speak for himself. She shouldn't have said, well, Martell, you said you felt this type of way. I feel like she shouldn't have even said that. She just should have said, okay, Martell, you start off telling everybody how you feel about the situation. And then let Martell say, well, I feel like nobody was there for me, that nobody was in my corner, nobody, cared about my feelings, nobody was there for me. Let him tell it and not you. And I really have a hard time being sympathetic or empathetic towards Destiny. I really do. It's not that I don't care for her. I'm not interested in her enough to care for her one way or the other. It's just if we're gonna, it's like people are picking and choosing what they want to be angry about. And if you're going to talk about it, let's be honest about it. And if that's your opinion, then okay, that's your opinion. However, let me have my opinion and let someone else have their opinion about it as well. And then when I was listening, I'm trying to kind of branch out and listen to other people and just listen, try to listen. And that was the second time that I listened to Carlos Messy Monday and really just sat and listened through the whole thing without just you know, passing it about, just flipping it off and just say, I don't even want to hear this. And with Destiny, I have yet to even sit through like 15 or 20 minutes of her. I guess it's good what she's having. However, I can't really get with it. I need to separate the person from what it is that she's trying to do. However, I can't separate the person from what she's trying to do because there is really is no structure to it. And I really, I really felt some type of way about that. I felt like that whole situation could have, it was going to end the same way. It was going to end the same way. I feel like if you gave Mel or Tell the spotlight, they're gonna always play. Exactly. I feel like they are the same people. They bring so much drama to wherever they go. There is always drama with those two. And it's just like you can't have a function with the both of them being there because at the end of the day the party is going to be turned out because something that he's going to do or something the both of them is going to do. And that's just so crazy to me. They should have just kept it to the fun day and advised Martell to reach out. Exactly, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That could have been handled so much differently. And Marceau, we can say, oh, Marceau is just being Marceau. Marceau was I have, I don't, I have an issue with Marceau as well. However, Marceau was asked a question, and he just answered the question the way Marceau would answer a question. And Martell and Male, when I say that they are the same, they wear their feelings on their sleeves because they can give it, but they can't take it. When someone says, have an opinion that's not favorable to them, then oh, they want to do whatever it is they always do when someone is not having a favorable opinion about them. And that, I watched this show. I don't know, I'm watching it now, just, not watching it for even watching it for entertainment anymore. It's just like watch it and just analyze it and say, you know what, I can't believe that these people say that they are professional people, that they are business minded people, because professional people, business minded people, for me, I'm always thinking business minded people. And I heard a lady say, if it's going to hurt my business, I'm not going to do it. I will not do it, nor will I say it, or I'll put myself in a situation that's going to ruin my business. So they're and whatever their brands are, we all have a brand. You know, I know. I used to tell my daughter when my daughter was growing up, and she was very active in the youth ministry at church. And every summer at the youth would go on a in our Congress, the youth would always go to different, cities and different states every summer for a week. And I would tell my daughter, one summer I went, just to be a chaperone to see how it was, just to experience it myself. And it was okay. And my daughter conducted herself fine the way she's supposed to have. And I said, okay, I'm here. Because I'm here. She's not, being unruly. She's not being, not ladylike. So the next summer, that summer we were here in Florida, went to Tampa that one summer. Next summer they went to Houston, Texas. So I didn't chaperone on that trip because I couldn't stand that long bus ride. So you go, but before she left, I say, look, let me tell you something. I'm not there. So I'm not going to know what you're doing, but there's chaperones there. I don't care about them. I care about the way you behave. You not only going to you're not only representing yourself, you're representing your church, but mostly you're representing me, your brother, your grandmama. You represent your family. So if you go there acting like a whole dog, that's you're representing me as your mother. So you be mindful in the way that you behave. So when they came at the end, they spent their week and left on a Sunday and returned on a Sunday. So when they returned on a Sunday, the chaperones was, Marita, I don't know what you said to your daughter, but I'm telling you, out of all the kids, she was very respectful. We didn't have to worry about her. We always knew where she was. We didn't have to worry about her running in and out of rooms and not knowing where she was. And I appreciated that. And I told her how much I appreciated her for being a representative of her family. And that's what that's what I don't understand. If this the way you behave and you're a business person, I mean, like, you don't care what the people in the business world think about you. You don't care about what the people in the community are saying about your behavior, or do you just say, oh, that's just TV, that's not the way that I am? But if this is reality TV, then you're showing how you are in reality. And I would never do business with anybody on that show because of how they are portraying themselves now. If that's the way you behave, if that's the way you think, that's the way you act, and that's the way you feel, I would never, if I was in a position to have to do business with them, or want to do business with them, I would never do business with them because if you behaving like that, you behaving like that. And I am so glad that Stormy had the fortitude and the mindset to leave that show. I am so glad about that. Yeah, I tell my that I told my kids that, and I tell my granddaughter that now that she's getting ready to graduate high school and is on her way to college, prayerfully and hopefully, on her way to college. You're gonna be in college, sweetheart. You're gonna be like a 7 hour, maybe a 6 hour drive away from home. The way you conduct yourself in college, people gonna know how you were raised. If you go to college being buck wild, And acting like you ain't never did nothing, and your name is ringing for not a good reason on campus. You have to be very mindful, very mindful. Don't act like you act at home. Have some common sense when you go somewhere. Exactly, exactly. And it's just my tolerance. I don't like to use patience. Um um I just use the word tolerance. And I have just been on here for a little minute just to kind of get that off my chest. And I appreciate you, Ebony Eyes, Oh My, and Live with Loyalty. I appreciate you ladies being here just to hear me rant tonight. I'm going to be back January 1st, 2025, Lord's willing, and the creek don't rise. I'll be back with new things. Got some new things in the works, and some new ideas about what I want to do going forward. I'm gonna have some stick to itness. That's not a word. That's I'm gonna stick with it this time, and I'm gonna I'm going to do different things, and I'm hopefully trying to revamp my platform. Still going to be a motivational, encouraging platform. However, I'm going to learn how to bring people up to not only hear um, the good things, what's good going on in their life, to, we're going to pour into each other. We're going to pour into each other because we going to need each other, and we do need each other. And it's okay to be different. And it's okay not to even be okay. And it's okay to say that I'm not okay. And we going to work it out together. And if we can't do it, we're going to make sure that we get each other the help. We're going to be the village that we need to be for each other. So that is what I am working on. And that's I'm going to have that stick to itness. I'm praying about it. I'm manifesting. Trying to manifest this thing so it could work. I can work it and it don't work me. So I am hey, I am her. Hey, just getting ready to go off. Just had to have a little moment. Just had to have a little moment, girl. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Those are just some of the thoughts that I had tonight, because and I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to even talk to my pastor about it, because I'm not um I am a very compassionate person, and I do care about people. And but now I feel so like I don't feel like I'm hard hearted. I don't feel like my heart is hardening. However, I don't like it when I'm not empathetic to a person's situation. And I don't like when I'm not sympathetic to a person. I do not like feeling that way. And and I I'm a loving person, and I don't know how I could, I say I'm not friendly, and I'm not friendly because I don't go out of my way to be friends with anybody. I'm a nice person. I'm a caring person, but I'm a very straight shooter. I don't beat around the bush. I don't I don't ho- I you know I hold things close to my chest, but I say what needs to be said when it needs to be said. I read the room, sort of say, just don't get out there and just start, spouting off. I read the room, and before I would say something to hurt a person, I would think about it first,
and then I would say what I need to say, and and pray that it comes out, and that that person receive it the way that I have seen how I want to say it in my head. And it's just a lot of things that I'm seeing is making me very it's just making me not be a passionate person, and it's making me not be a very not being a very compassionate person, and that comes off as being mean and being rude, and if it comes off that way, and I know me, and I know where I can take it, I can say I don't care how you feel about it, because at times I don't care how you feel about how a person feel about something that I say, because when I say I am going to say what I want to say, how I want to say it, when it need to be said the way that I say it. And I'm working on saying things, because my daughter always tell me, "Ma, it's not what you say sometimes, it's just the way you say it. Sometimes you could be so rude and so mean and so hurtful the way that you say things sometimes." And I am really working on my delivery some when I'm speaking with people. However, I always go back to what my daddy said. My daddy said, sometimes you just got to cuss a bitch out to get them to understand. Miss Marita, you are so full of wisdom, knowledge, and perspective. It's coming from a great place. Yeah, sometimes it do. Most of the time it do be coming from a good place. And sometimes, I am her. I know I can be that person. I can be that person when I get so sick of a person being a victim all the time, playing that role, the victim role, having that victim mentality. And I would just say, just get over it. Just get over it. Just get over it, because I'm sick of it. And I know if I'm sick of it, there's a lot of other people sick of it as well. And then your feelings hurt. Then they feelings hurt now. Then people feelings get hurt so easy. And I'm really working on that, because my daughter is that person that always she could tell me, because that's my daughter. And I do get upset with her sometimes. I get upset with her sometimes. And then she said, "Well, I know you're gonna be upset, but I don't care. You need to listen. You need to listen. You feel like you are that person that, yeah, you strong, and you don't let things bother you, and you don't, when things come at you, you don't run from it, you run to it, and you face it." She said, "But everybody is not like that." And my granddaughter takes after me. My granddaughter feel like, if I can do this, you can do it, and there's no excuse why you can't do it. And I have to tell her, like, my granddaughter, cheerleading, dance, musical theater, soccer, into a lot of junior coach. She's a junior coach. She's a mediator at her school. And she, sometime on her cheer squad, and she would say, "I don't know why they can't get it. I just don't know why they can't get it. I mean, if I could do this, they can do it. And if I understand, I know they understand." And then I say, "Well, ma'am, everybody is not smart as you. Everybody's not capable of doing everything that you can do." Well, I don't see why not. And see, I see that. I see me in her with that. And I just don't get it with people sometimes. And I get aggravated, and I get frustrated with people. And I say, "You know what?" Then I hear my daughter voice say, "Ma, everybody not as strong as you. So everybody can't stand up to a hurricane like you can stand up to a hurricane. So you have to meet, you always say you have to meet people where they are. And Mar, you have to do that as well. So that's where I am. And that's it. I love accountability. It's hard sometimes, but I have to be receptive. And I used to didn't like I used to um I had a I used to did not like people to correct me. And I used to feel like when constructive criticism, when people criticize me, that used to just infuriate me. But however, then as time went on and I grew and I had a better understanding, even with criticism, you can learn something when you're being criticized. I don't mind constructive criticism. I don't even mind criticism. I do not even mind criticism because I can learn something from both of them. And I'm the type of person, accountability, I'm going to always hold myself accountable. And when I've done something wrong, and I know I've done something wrong, because when you are the first person to know when you done did wrong, or when you done spoke something wrong, or when you done hurt a person feeling. And when I get to that point, I go to that person. I pray and ask God to give me the words to say to this person. And I pray to God that the person be receptive to what it is that I am, what I'm saying. And I don't go to a person and say, well, if I hurt your feelings about what I said, if I hurt your feelings about what I did, no, I don't start it off like that. I just go to a person and we talk. Can I have a moment? Can I talk to you for a moment? Yeah, we can talk. Okay. I see you're acting different towards me. Whatever I said, whatever I did, forgive me for that. Forgive me for that. And I'll try to explain to them what it is that I said. Can give you a situation. There was a situation that happened in church. Says me, the lady, and her daughter, we were cool. We were cool. So I had told a young girl, she never participated in nothing in church, never. And this Sunday, she got up and she was part of the youth ministry, and she was on the praise team. Oh my God. And she did a dance that was so beautiful. And I was so surprised. Everybody in church was so surprised. So after church, I said, girl, you sure surprised me because I was so afraid for you one time. So the little girl went back and told her mama what I had said. But the little girl went back and told her mama that I said I was scared for you. So when I get home, the pastor wife called me and said that, well, I'm gonna call her um Lisa. Say, well, Lisa was a little upset about something that you said. I said, well, what was it that I said? So she said, well, her daughter had came to you and said that that you said that you were afraid for her at one time. I said, yes, I was. Yes, I did say that because she never interacted with anyone, and she always seemed like she was so shy. So just to see her get up and dance, she said, well, she just took it the wrong way. So I'm texting the mom, I'm calling the mom, and because I wanted to talk to the mom. So finally the mom called me back. So then I said, lady called me and told me how you're feeling. I said, let me explain to you about what I said and the reason why I said it. So I explained to her and why I said it. So she said, oh, Miss Marita, I'm so sorry. She said, I took it the wrong way then. She said, because I thought you were saying that my daughter was gay. And I said, honey, that was the farthest thing from my mind. That is not what I was saying to her. That was the way she was interpreting. I said, but that's not what I said. And that's not what I even meant. And I don't even know why she would even take it there. I said, however, her feelings were hurt, your feelings were hurt. So I say, I'm going to ask you and I'm going to ask the both of you to forgive me for that because that was not my intention. So I know with some people, you have to be very careful in what you say and how you say it. Now, she and I, we were cool, but for me, that drew a line because I don't have time to babysit nobody and play word games with anyone. You feel what you feel. And when I'm never going to apologize. I'm going to always ask you to forgive me. I'm going to always ask you to forgive me because I'm never going to revisit that again. The friendship now is no longer there. It's no longer there because I know your feelings is like cotton and you can't handle my mouth. You can't handle my mouth. So, and I can't sugarcoat stuff. I'm not going to do that. I didn't do that with my kids. It wasn't done to me. It was sugar. My mom never sugarcoated anything for me. My grandmother did. My great grandmother did. My great great grandma did. My aunts didn't. So I have always been taught say what you mean what you say. And when you say what you gotta say and mean what you're saying, you don't do it to hurt a person's feeling. You don't do it to hurt a person's feeling. So that's where I am, y'all. That's where I am. So the new year gonna bring on a lot of new things, different things. Um, yeah, a lot of different things. So y'all, that's all I got for the night. The night Wednesday, and I know most of you guys got to go to work tomorrow. And I'm getting ready to just chill on out. Jamie Foxx got something new on Netflix. Jamie Foxx, and it's called This What Happened Was. So I'm gonna go and watch Jamie Foxx and drink one more bottle of water before I call it a night. So y'all just hang on in there and just wait a little while longer for me so I am trying to I'm getting myself to a better place that I am going to be able to stick with this YouTube thing and get better and better with this YouTube thing. And I'm seeing some exciting things. I have some exciting things coming up. So I'm going to write the vision and I'm going to make it plain. I'm going to put it on my desk and I'm going to pray over it. And I'm going to manifest everything that I'm praying and asking God for in the name of Jesus to see it come to pass. I am buying me a new journal so I can start um, at the end of what? The week after Christmas, I start by journaling. So whatever I'm doing the last of the month, I bring it on into the new year. So, and I thank you for that. I am her. I watched Tell Them You Have, Tell Them You Love Me So Good. We got you, Miss Marie. I watched to Tell Them You Love Me So Good. We got you, Miss Marita. I'll be here supporting you all the way. And I thank you for that. I will definitely be here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because now we can always be there or be here for the mess. But um, sometimes you just need to hear something different. You just need to hear something different. And I'm here for it, y'all. So I'm going to say peace out, deuces, and I holler. And when I holler, y'all holler back. Y'all have a good night now. Bye.